All right, everybody, welcome back. Good afternoon. We've got some more right tackles to take a look at here, and we are down to the 6th and 7th round range, so there's going to be less to say, but that doesn't mean all these guys are guaranteed to be uninteresting, so let's give them a chance. Starting with Trey Wedig of Indiana, the Hoosiers. 6'7", so pretty tall, pretty decent size, 319 pounds. Of the 6 major big boards I use, only 3 of them had him, and all 3 of them had him outside the range of drafted players. But the aggregate has him in the late 6th round. Had 2 pretty good seasons for Indiana the last couple of years. Pretty productive, pretty solid, pretty decent pass protection numbers, not a ton of penalties. So the production's all right for Trey Wedig. He's got good punches. His punches have good knockback power. He's good at anchoring down against bull rushers as well. He's able to plant his legs and just not give a lot of ground. He understands leverage. He understands how to get low to cancel out his height, which is big. When you're looking at a guy this tall, you wonder, can he win leverage? And the answer with Trey is, I think, yes. He didn't go to the combine, so I don't have arm length measurements for him, but my understanding is that his arm length is pretty decent. He's also got capable pass slides. His pass rush mirror is fine. He generates some pretty good leg drive in the run game. He's got good movement skills. And during his time in college, he played both guard spots and tackle. So there is going to be some versatility here. Now, some of the concerns I have with Wedig are that he keeps his hands wide and lets rushers into his chest. He is somebody who is capable of exposing his chest a little bit. He's not effective trying to block in space. Not really effective trying to hit moving targets. He does have movement ability, like I said, but his actual ability to block in space isn't there yet. His sustain is a little bit weak. His ability to latch on and stick on with a guy is not very good. And he's got a narrow base, which means he gets off balance and ends up on the ground a lot. He's got to widen his stance out a little bit, I think. So overall, I do like him. I do like Wedig. He's got a versatile profile. He should be able to play a few different positions. Should be able to fit in decently well in gap or zone. There is some work that needs to be done. I think some of it's fixable. Some of it maybe isn't. But I liked him quite a bit. I'd say 5th round. I'm a little bit higher on him than most. I'll try to figure something out with him in the 5th round myself. So Trey Wedig, pretty good. Pretty interesting. Excuse me. My bad. But yeah, Trey Wedig of Indiana, I'd take him somewhere in the 5th round and feel pretty darn good about it. Okay, next up we have Brandon Crenshaw-Dickson. Brandon Crenshaw-Dickson of the Florida Gators. I think we've met with this guy. Not a top 30 visit, but I think we met with him. Bigger guy for sure. 6'7.25", 316 pounds, so pretty good size. Pretty good arm length as well, 34 inches, big hands. So certainly on the bigger side of the equation here. Combine did not go very well for him, did not have good scores, which is kind of understandable when you consider that he's a bigger guy, but in the modern NFL, at the end of the day, being big does not prevent you from being athletic. So when he's only vert jumping 24.5 inches and it takes him 1.87 seconds to go 10 yards, it's a concern. Big board that likes him a lot is PFF, but the aggregate has him in like the late 6th, early 7th. The stats over the last couple years are pretty decent. 11 averages like 1 pressure allowed a game approximately. Pretty good grades. 11 penalties. So he's big, right? That's the thing that stands out with Crenshaw-Dickson. He's big. He's got tackle length all day. He's a skilled puncher to stall momentum. He uses his punches well. Creates serious movement in the run game with leg drive. Knows how to push guys out of the way. Knows how to open up those run lanes. He's got a ton of college starts under his belt. He played a lot of games in college. Good luck getting his hands off you. If he latches onto you, that latch is not going anywhere. You are stuck. So he uses his big hands well, and he's technically sound in pass protection as well. So pretty good prospect, especially for somebody you find this late in the draft. But the problems are kind of what you would expect. Athletically, he's just limited. Doesn't move that well, doesn't go in space that well. Not going to be able to hit moving targets super reliably. So physically, athletically, kind of limited. Sometimes he gets blown out in the leverage game because he is so tall. His height can betray him. His pass rush mirror is labored and inefficient. He does some heel clicking. He is someone who I think is going to struggle to protect against speed rushers. Needs to stay in the phone booth just in general. You need to keep things simple and right in front of him. And he has to work so hard. It is such a labor for him to protect the outside. So I do like quite a bit of this here, and I wish I could like it more. I really do. But he can't move. The guy cannot really move. And I can't imagine that really working that well in the current NFL. Like, you got to move somewhat. Phone booth offensive linemen, I feel like they're going extinct. Maybe the right scheme could make it work, but I don't want him in the Kubiak offense. I know that. So I'd go 7th round with Crenshaw-Dickson. I don't know if that's just subjective or objective, but I'm not into him. Okay, one more guy, one more right tackle, Xavier Truss of Georgia. He's our final guy here. 24 years old. We've looked at the other primary Georgia linemen. We've looked at 3 of them, so this is number 4, Xavier Truss. Another tall guy, very lean, over 6'7", 33-inch arms, so right on the line of acceptability. Big hands. Testing numbers were forgettable, but not terrible. 182, 10-yard split's not very good, but it wasn't the worst. Big board positioning, 6th round, 7th round, CBS has undrafted. The aggregate has him right at the back of the 7th. PFF thought he was okay these last couple years, although they did ding him a lot with protection pressures allowed in protection, I mean. And 8 penalties last year as well, so not one of the stronger parts of that Georgia offensive line. Good punch skills, good puncher. He can stall momentum out with his punches, capable climbing to the next level and blocking in zone. Capable, not great, but he has proven himself able to move in space fluidly and hit landmarks. He's got a sufficient lateral shuffle, and he's got a cerebral understanding of how to pick up things like twists and stunts. So I think he's a pretty smart player. He does need to add some weight. I do think that he's going to have to add some weight to make it. 309 at 6'7" and an eighth is not going to do it. His arms will make a switch to guard very possible. I think there's a good chance he ends up sliding into guard, although his height may prevent that. Gets killed in the leverage game, of course. He doesn't sustain very well. His latch is not very strong. He does not use his big hands well. So that's something that you hope he picks up. Speed rushers are going to chew him up. I don't think that his lateral shuffle is enough for that. And honestly, even power is going to give him trouble. The better edge rushers out there are going to give him fits, well, whatever they do. There are some aspects to him that are good, but overall, I think that as soon as you challenge him, he is going to have a hard time keeping up. I could imagine him being a backup guard, but I don't know if I can imagine much more than that. I don't really like him that much at tackle, and I think there are problems to him being a guard as well. He's too tall. So, 6th rounder, I guess. 6th rounder seems okay. I want to give him a little something for being on a Georgia offense that was pretty credible during these last several years, but at the same time, your job's probably easier when you're surrounded by great talent. He looks to his left, and what's he got? Tate Ratledge, Jared Wilson, Dylan Fairchild. I know Ratledge missed a decent chunk of 2024, but still. All right, so that's it for the right tackles. So, new position tomorrow. Everyone, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Go Hawks. And we've got like 5 more days worth of videos, I think. So keep an eye out. We are wrapping up. Go Hawks.